So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to organize or at least see information in your Drive that's not overtaken by your Google Classrooms. Because what happens in Google Classroom is that every folder you create, every assignment you create, it puts it in Google Drive. And that makes your Google Drive crazy. And so if I click here on the Class Drive folder, it is connecting me. It says, hey, Amy, your Drive in a folder called Classroom. Here's your fourth grade classroom, your Google Classroom. And these are all the different things that you have in here. These are all different assignments that I have created. And so if my students turned in things on this particular assignment, they would all be in here. Students have the same kind of connection. They can click on the folder in their classroom and they would see the same things. They just would not see as much because they're only seeing their stuff. You're seeing everybody's stuff. So if I go back to my classroom and I click on this Drive, here's my Drive. There should be a folder called Classwork. So I'm going to go ahead, Classroom, and there it is. If I click on Classroom, and I'm going to click that down arrow, you can see that there are different classrooms that I've had. And these are all the classrooms that I have had over the years, many years, that I never even use anymore. And I could get rid of these and such, but I'm not going to because I have unlimited storage with Google and I might want to reuse some of these, but you just have to be careful about that. But I should see a classroom called NCSD 4. So if I scroll up here, there it is. There's my fourth grade class that I clicked on up here. This is my fourth grade class. So it's all connected. All right. So here are all my different assignments. And if I wanted to look at the assignments in the Hello, I could click on here and access. I could also click on it here. So if anybody turned anything in, I would see those things in here. All right. Now, what is the problem then with, your Drive? Well, what people are experiencing, making their shared with me filter just massive student assignments. You're just going to have to ignore this because it really becomes irrelevant. Even recent becomes irrelevant. So here's how how do I manage the stuff that I want to see? What I do is I go to my Drive and then I'm going to see some quick access folders, and all quick access folders and files are things that I've accessed probably in the last, actually the most recent things I've accessed. So I'll see those right away. So if I need to go into those, I can just quickly go into it. But there's not a lot in here. So what I like to do is I like to go to this filter. Most of the time it is on name. And that is just a silly thing to have it in. It's not your fault, but it's going to do it alphabetical. And that doesn't help me because if I'm working on something that's about zebras or folder on zebras, it's going to show up way, way down at the bottom. So I like to select last modified by me. These are the things that I am currently working on. So select that, and then you're going to see the things that you're working on recently. So I was in here not too long ago. I was in here not too long ago. Same thing, if I scroll down here, I'm going to start seeing the most recent things that I have worked on. And if I prefer seeing a little bit more than these thumbnails, I can go right here and click on this, and that gives me a list format. So either way, this is helpful. Also, a lot of people are not really taking advantage of something called priority and starred here. And starred are items that I've put a star by it. So if I'm clicking on this, and this is a really important document, I use it a lot, I can star it. And you can see right here, there's a little star. So if I put a little star on that, then I can get back to it. So recent, things that you use a lot,